One take one. Mr. David Niven.
Mr.?
Mr. Niven, studying your life stories, I'm just staggered at the number of things you've done. And I can't help feeling that you must be the black sheep of your family. Are you?
I really left the army because I cheated at golf. This is what really happened. And I used to play golf very well, and my colonel played very badly. And his name was Telfer Smollett. He put me under arrest once for calling him Telfer Smollett, but but anyway, he used to make me play golf with him. He was very, very bad indeed. I was dying to get to London. I was courting this beautiful girl. And I used to beat him, I mean, so easily, sort of 8 up and 6. I mean, it's a shame. So this day he said, well, we play the bye. We had to finish another hour hacking around this course. At Prince's, I think it was. No, by deal. And quite by mistake, I got in an immense bunker. And so the caddies knew I was in a hurry. He said, I've got a wonderful idea. So look, you chuck the ball up on the green, I'll throw up a handful of sand. So that sounds all right. So I threw the ball up on the green, and he threw up a handful of sand to make the shot look all right. And the colonel was looking over the back. And he saw this. And he was absolutely white with rage, and I was not the sort of man he wanted in the regiment. I mean, there was no question. I had to go.
From England, Niven escaped to New York. He was in his early 20s, he had friends, contacts, and enthusiasm, but he was broke.
Then I went to New York. I went down to New York, and I got a job selling booze. This was just after Prohibition. And all the bootleggers were becoming wine merchants. And my beat was 2nd Avenue, which is the roughest part. And I had this terrible bag of samples. And I lived in an old hotel called the Montclair. And the Montclair Hotel, the front door of the Montclair Hotel was exactly opposite the back door of the Waldorf, this huge hotel. So, and I was rather sad, so every morning I used to appear with my samples, come out of the front door of the Montclair, cross Lexington Avenue, go up the steps to the back of the Waldorf, go through these great gilded lobbies of the Waldorf, down the steps onto Park Avenue, where the doorman who thought I lived there would say, good morning, Miss Niven. I say, good morning, Charles. And I go off with this bag of booze, back down to these terrible bars and places and sell nothing. Come back at the end of the day. Evening, sir, have a good day. Yes, thank you, Charles. Up the things, through the Waldorf, down the outside, and went to ground like a ghastly fox in this place. And I lost that job.
The staggering fact about you when your film career eventually started is that you started as an extra, as Anglo-Saxon type 2008 or something.
Anglo-Saxon type, number 2008 I was, yes.
What did that mean, and what did that lead you
central
to?
casting. Well, it led, as a matter of fact, to a part as a Mexican, was the first one I got. In a Western with a big moustache and a hat and a blanket. I was never allowed to, I did 27 Westerns. But with this voice, you can imagine, I was never allowed to speak. Round up the cattle, he said, oh, get him out, get out. And there was, wow, gosh, the first part I was ever taken to a producer for by Bill Hawkes. In a million years, you'll never guess. The producer was Pop Sherman, and it was Hopalong Cassidy. And I went in there, and he said, hey, you look great, you know. And I was 22 or something, it was a thin fellow, you know. And he said, where are you from? I said, London, England. He said, get out, get out. And he went berserk, he became like a great frog.